Let's imagine something for a moment. You wake up tomorrow with nothing. No home, no savings, no bank account. You are homeless. You own nothing. In fact, you're negative territory because debt still exists, even when you have nothing left. Maybe you owe money on a credit card. Maybe there's medical debt. Maybe there's a loan you can't pay back. And now you're surviving on anywhere between $0 and $20 a day. Maybe you get a few dollars from panhandling. Maybe someone gives you food. Maybe you find a temporary job that lasts a few hours. Maybe you get nothing at all. There is no safety net, no address, no system designed to protect you. Every single day becomes about one thing: survival. Where will you sleep tonight without freezing? Where will your next meal come from? Will someone steal your backpack while you're asleep? Will the police move you from the place you're trying to rest? To most people walking past you, you're invisible. People look through you like you're a ghost. This is rock bottom. This is survival mode. Poverty. Now imagine you climb just one step up. You have a roof now, barely. You're working minimum wage, maybe $7.25 an hour. Maybe a little more depending on where you live. If you work full-time all year, that might be around $15,000 a year. You have an address now, but you're still one emergency away from disaster. If your car breaks down, you're in trouble. If you get sick and receive a medical bill, it could destroy you financially. If an unexpected expense appears, you have to choose between paying rent or buying groceries. You're working full-time and still struggling to survive. That's not laziness. That's the reality many people face. You're trapped in survival mode. No real savings, no long-term plans. Just trying to make it to next week. Working class. Now move up another level. You're working class. You're earning somewhere between $30,000 and $50,000 a year. You probably drive a used car, you rent an apartment, you can pay your bills most months. But you're still living paycheck to paycheck. Maybe you have a small emergency fund, $5,000 if you're lucky. That might cover 2 months of expenses if you suddenly lose your job. You're not technically poor, but you're definitely not comfortable. You work 40 hours a week, sometimes more. And despite all that effort, you feel like you're running on a treadmill, working hard, but staying in the same place. This is where a huge percentage of people spend their entire lives, lower middle class. Now things start improving. You move into the lower middle class. Your income is somewhere between $50,000 and $75,000 a year. Maybe you bought a modest home, but it's tied to a 30-year mortgage. You've started contributing to a retirement account. Maybe your 401k has around $20,000 saved. You can afford a vacation once a year. Not luxury travel, but something simple. Maybe a road trip. Maybe a short flight. You're not worried about buying groceries anymore, but money is still a constant background stress. College tuition? Terrifying. Medical bills? Still dangerous. You feel middle class, but one serious financial crisis could push you right back into paycheck-to-paycheck living. Now you reach what many people consider the true middle class. Household income is around $75,000 to $150,000. You own your home. Maybe it's worth $300,000. You have 2 cars. They might even be fully paid off. Your retirement savings are growing. Maybe $100,000 to $200,000 invested. You can afford family vacations, real vacations. You feel secure. But there's one important truth. You still depend on your job. If you stop working today, your lifestyle disappears in about 6 months. You have comfort, but not freedom. Upper middle class. Now you're living well. Household income rises to $150,000 to $300,000. You might be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, or a successful business owner. You live in a nice neighborhood. Your home might be worth $500,000 to $800,000. You drive newer cars, maybe a luxury SUV. Your retirement savings could be $500,000 to $1 million. Your kids go to good schools. You travel internationally. You eat at nice restaurants without worrying about the bill. By most standards, you're rich. But there's a strange psychological effect here. You still don't feel rich because you're surrounded by people who are wealthier than you, and you're still trading time for money, maybe 50 or 60 hours of work each week. You've won the traditional game, but you're still playing it. Now we enter a different world. Your net worth is between $2 million and $10 million. You're a successful entrepreneur, a top executive, or an elite professional. You own multiple properties. Your primary home might be worth $1 to $2 million. You drive luxury vehicles, maybe a Tesla, maybe a Range Rover. Your investments alone generate $100,000 to $300,000 per year. Technically, you could retire now, but many people at this level don't because they enjoy the challenge, the strategy, the game of building wealth. But even here, there are levels above you. Very rich. Now we're talking about $10 million to $30 million in net worth. You've likely had a major business exit, or you're one of the best professionals in your field. You might own 2 houses, one primary residence, one vacation home. You sometimes fly private, not your own jet, but you charter one when needed. Your investments generate $500,000 to $1.5 million every year. Your children will probably never have to worry about money. You now have access to networks, opportunities, rooms filled with people you've seen on television. But even here, billionaires still impress you. Ultra high net worth. This is the 0.1% of humanity. Net worth between $30 million and $100 million. You own multiple businesses, or you had an extremely successful business exit. Your primary home might be worth $10 million. You may own a private jet. You employ staff, personal assistants, security, chefs. Your children attend elite private schools alongside celebrities and political families. Your investments generate millions per year. At this level, life becomes almost frictionless. No waiting in lines, no worrying about bills, no hearing the word no. But even here, there are still levels above. The 100 million level. Between $100 million and $1 billion, you are among the global elite. You may be a tech founder, a Fortune 500 CEO, or someone born into massive generational wealth. You own estates across multiple countries, yachts, rare art collections, dozens of employees managing your life. You donate tens of millions to charity each year, and it barely affects your wealth. At this level, money isn't just comfort, it's influence. You know politicians personally. You attend private dinners with world leaders. Industries shift when you make decisions. But even this level is not the top. Billionaires. There are only about 2,000 people on Earth in this club. Your companies employ tens of thousands of people. Your decisions affect entire economies. You own massive properties around the world, mega yachts, private jets, media companies. Your name is on hospitals, universities, research foundations. Money isn't the goal. Legacy is. You're thinking about how your decisions shape the future of humanity. But there is an even smaller circle, the ultra-elite. A handful of individuals on Earth, people like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bernard Arnault, and Mark Zuckerberg. Their wealth reaches hundreds of billions of dollars. Their companies shape technology, commerce, and communication for billions of people. When they buy or sell stock, entire markets move. They aren't just wealthy. They influence the direction of civilization, space travel, artificial intelligence, global infrastructure. Their decisions ripple across the planet. And then there is a final idea, a trillionaire. No one has officially reached that level yet, but someday someone might. At that level, wealth becomes almost impossible to comprehend, larger than the economies of many nations. The power to fund global infrastructure, to build entirely new technologies, to reshape industries, to influence the future of humanity itself. But here is the question most people never ask. What does all of this actually mean? Because no matter where someone sits on this ladder, From poverty to billions, there is one thing every level shares. Time is limited. Life is finite. And money alone has never guaranteed happiness, peace, or purpose. Understanding wealth is important, but understanding what truly matters in life is even more important. Because at the end of the day, the real question isn't how much money you make. It's what kind of life you build with the time you have.